It's rivalry night in the Tri-County area as the Sonora Wildcats host the crosstown rival, the Summerville Bears, at Bud Castle Gymnasium. We have the most awesome band in the universe, the Golden Regiment, here tonight. And we're excited. 2 back-to-back games, varsity girls, varsity boys, and it's right here on NorCal Sports TV. Five minutes away from tip-off. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and Mario Ramos on hand with me today. Thanks for coming out to Sonora, Mario. We know you were the voice of Sonora Wildcat football, and now you're back in the Bud Castle Gymnasium with me. Sonora Wildcats come in at the number 4 team in the Motherlode rankings, while Summerville all the way down at the bottom at number 6. Sonora 2-2 overall after taking a devastating loss to Calaveras in the final minutes just a few days ago, and Summerville not winning a game in league yet this season after losing their star player, Hosanna Atkins. We're going to see Big Brother Atkins a little bit later for the varsity boys game, but losing a player like Hosanna Atkins is a huge hit to the team, and they just really haven't been able to put the team together, because when you lose a leader, it's really hard to set your focus onto the game because you're trying to get somebody to fill the shoes.
Yeah, especially you mentioned the focus, and the focus for the offense was Atkins for the Summerville Bears. And so to take that away has really hurt this team. They struggle offensively coming into this game with 50 points during league play. So again, just having trouble getting the biscuit in the basket. And on the other hand, you have this young Sonora team that's trying to prove themselves and get into the upper echelon of the Motherlode League standings, currently at 500, trying to see if they could crack that top 3 there with Bret Hart and Calaveras sitting up at the top.
And Sonora led by Adeline Hansen, and Big Brother Hansen was here at Sonora last year and tried leading his team, put him into the playoffs, but couldn't quite make it past into the divisional championship game. But here we have Adeline Hansen now and really making a statement for Sonora. When we look at the season so far for Sonora, they're 5-1 at home, and their only loss was against Calaveras, like I said, and that was just a few days ago. And they've had a lineup of plenty of teams that maybe they should have lost to, maybe they should have beat, be, but when you just come to it, it's all about league play, and that's why rivalry night is so big. And Summerville coming to Sonora, not easy to win on the away court, especially, like I said, that leader role not being there. We'll talk about a little bit more about gameplay in just a moment, as here's a word from your local NCS TV sponsor. This broadcast has been brought to you by Left Coast Land Clearing, a licensed and insured tree and bush removal business. Contact us at 209-536-9174. SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 2 weeks returning for the summer of 2023. The Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms available hourly or daily in downtown Sonora. The Jump Manual. Increase your vertical jump 10 inches in 12 weeks. Guaranteed. Claim your free download of Chapter 1 at projumptraining.com/free. Benton Roberson CPAs, full-service accounting firm serving clients throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Justin Flores Productions, audio, video, and all your media needs. Check us out at floresprod.com. Body Cafe Handmade Soaps. Indulge yourself with luxurious and incredibly fragrant bars of handmade soaps. Check out our store at www.bodycafe.shop. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Visit straightsports.com for more information. NorCal Sports TV from Bud Castle Gymnasium. Levi Flores, NorCal's voice of choice, and with me, of course, Mario Ramos. About set to tip off here, but first we'll go through our starting lineup, starting with the visiting Summerville Bears. I talked to their scorekeeper just before this, and she said I can give you some people that will probably start based on what they've done so far, and that was Maddie Weigold, Madeline Myers, Sierra Bustamante, Grace Sanders, and Kelsey Norton, and those are the usual starters. And well, Coach Orth said, yeah, those are going to be our starters today. So they're coming out with their full lineup and try to take down this heavy Sonora Wildcat defense with their offensive players. And we'll see how that matches up. And for Sonora, they've had the same 5 starters basically the entire season. And that's Taylor Fott, Sahara Farkas, Mia Alamia, Adeline Hansen, and Gracie Bearden. And now looking at the players from both sides, Summerville has a noticeable height difference in their favor. But what we know from Sonora, they have 3 post players, Madden Seuss, Gracie Bearden, Kaylee Silva, that we've seen all season long, and they protect their paint like it's a child. They keep everybody away from it, and they don't allow a lot of points inside that paint. So Sonora, they're going to have to use that same size that Summerville is going to try to counteract with.
Hi, my name is Gracie Bearden. Please remember that this game is for us, student athletes of Summerville High School and Sonora High Schools. Please allow everyone here to experience the fun, skill, and competition that high school basketball has to offer. We thank you for your support.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for our varsity matchup in girls basketball featuring our guests, the Summerville High Bears and your Sonora High Wildcats. Introducing first the starting 5 for the Summerville Bears. Coming off the bench, number 0, Kyra Hopp. Number 4, Hannah Tipton. Number 11, Sierra Bustamante. Number 12, Grace Sanders. And 23, Kelsey Norton. And now for the starting five of the Sonora High Wildcats. Coming out first, at guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 2, Taylor Fott. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 5, Sahara Farkas. At post, a 5'10" junior, number 12, Mia Alomia. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 13, Adeline Hansen. And at post, a 5'10" senior, number 23, Gracie Bearden. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd ask you all to please rise and remove your covers as able. Focus your attention to the flag next to the main scoreboard as the Golden Regiment Sonora High Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Golden Regiment man bringing you the national anthem today from Bud Castle Gymnasium. And now the starting five for both teams out there. And once again, go through them for you. Summerville, Maddie Weigold, Madeline Myers, Sierra Bustamante, Grace Sanders, and Kelsey Norton. And for the Sonora Wildcats, looking to go 6-1 on their home court is Taylor Fott, Sahara Farkas, Mia Alamia, Adeline Hansen, and Gracie Bearden. And the players to watch out for, like I said, are the post players for Sonora, Madden Seuss, Gracie Bearden, Kaylee Silva. It was the same scenario against Calaveras and essentially everyone they play because those three players are very important. Adeline Hansen, their leading scorer, but still, you need to protect that paint because that's where most of the points go for in these games.
Yeah, Sonora definitely likes to play inside out, and establishing that early on will go a long way for the Wildcats.
Summerville wins the tip and immediately starts moving that ball. Remember, without star player Hosanna Atkins, and actually made a mistake in the pregame. I said big brother Atkins will be playing later, and actually he's the younger brother, just in size, a lot bigger, standing at 6'6" for Summerville. So I apologize for that, as Summerville now only has 10 seconds to shoot. They get one off, and that one's just off the side of the rim, and Hansen will let it go out. It's Sonora basketball.
It's a good look there early on by the Bears.
Hansen brings the ball up, and we get our first look at the Summerville defense.
Man-to-man for the Bears. Nice pull-up jumper by Hansen.
Hansen, the fake pass, got the defense off their feet and goes right inside for the first points of the game. It's 2-0. And our first foul as well. That goes on Sahara Farkas on a push.
A little pressure here from the Bears. Able to break it initially. Now, hey, there we go.
Drive in, posting up is Bearden, and stripped away by Taylor Fott. Strength in numbers for Sonora as Maddie Weigold hits the deck in motion. This one nearly taken and right back into the hands of Sonora. Fott trapped in the corner, controlling herself. Bearden, high post. Gives it up to Hanson. Looks at three, just off the right side. And it's a Sonora rebound. Offensive rebounds can easily win this game as they get another one. Second chance points are big, but still can't get that ball to drop, and then a strip away. Once again, Sonora just can't quite get that ball to fall. So we have a jump ball and the change of possession. It's
they're going to keep possession, so another crack at it.
And back-to-back jump balls. This time it's Summerville's.
Can the Bears weather this early storm? Seeing a little more pressure being shown by the Wildcats.
Breaks the press. Bearden sets up down low, and Summerville has to move back outside. Swing of the court. Weigold gives it up. Slow movement, 8 to shoot for Summerville. Bearden defending the outside, 3 to shoot now, not aware of the clock. This one slips out, and there is the shot clock violation. Sonora with another great defensive stop.
To show some patience and work the ball around to get a good shot, but yeah, like you said, just not paying attention to the shot clock on that possession.
Hanson sets up the play again. Alamia comes up to the high post for the Wildcats. Bearden fakes one way, goes in and lost the handle. Summerville will have an opportunity at a fast break. Driving, picked up the dribble, 10 feet out, stripped away by Hanson. No one in front of her, lays it up with the right hand and a nice soft touch off the backboard. It's 4-0 Sonora.
No, that resulted in a turnover, but
and there's another one. Bearden takes it. Hanson on her left side, tries getting it to her. Fumbles out. Hanson, 3. That one's long. Alamia rebound, tipped away by Madeline Myers. Ball still live down on the baseline as Summerville will get a turnover here.
Alamia incredibly active on the rebounds. She's got about 4 offensive rebounds already.
Bears trying to find the cutting player, and it bounces off the feet, and another jump ball. This is Wildcat basketball. Summerville still trying to get their offense moving, but it seems to me that they're not moving enough. They're trying to find that cutting player, but with Sonora's defense, they're bringing in tight to that paint, just like we said in the pregame show. So it's not allowing a lot of motion to come into there, and there's not open lanes for the pass. Sonora gets another one there. Wildcats up 6-0. Summerville has the chance. Looks like she got away with the travel. Back to the wing. Richardson. Myers. Ball poked out by Bearden, and Hanson will grab it. Leading pass goes up with the right hand, and another basket in transition. Sonora dominating in the first 5 minutes. Richardson finds the cutting player a little low, but still able to regain control. 8-footer, and Summerville has their first shot. Kelsey Norton getting the first basket for Summerville. Now Hanson wants to get it right back for Sonora. Farkas puts it high up off the backboard and falls about a foot short. Bearden another fake, looks at Fott, pulls up, pogos off the block. It's a rebound for Myers. Myers inside, trying to use the advantage of height. And she's blocked with a foul on Taylor Fott.
Good job by the Bears. Had the double post there, able to get it to the high post. Madeline Myers able to draw some contact. And we've got a timeout on the floor by the Wildcats.
Sonora heads to the bench with the lead of 6 points, 8-2 on NorCal Sports TV.
Your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated.
We offer financing with zero money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy. Officials for tonight's game, Carlos Maldonado and Pete Campbell. Thanks for coming out tonight. Sonora off to an early lead, 8-2, 5 minutes into the game, and Sonora wants to keep their home winnings high up in the rankings because only losing one game isn't too bad as long as they win away, too. Have a chance at that Motherlode League title and strip it away from Calaveras late in the season.
Yeah, it might come down to that rematch out there in Calaveras. The Redhawks playing good basketball. No shame in losing to the Redhawks here at Bud Castle, but the Wildcats get another crack at them.
8-3. Free throw one is good for Summerville. Ella Kaiser now into the game for Sonora, and we have a 5-second call. Held the ball too long with heavy pressure on the defense. It's another turnover for Sonora, one of the few. Looks like we have a foul away from the ball.
I'm not sure. I think it was just an inadvertent whistle, perhaps. I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, he didn't report a foul to the scorer's table. I'm not sure what that whistle was for.
Richardson finds Myers inside, going up against Kaylee Silva, and Myers, another basket for Summerville, is 8-5. Just like that, brought it into one possession if it's a three.
Good job by Myers being active in the middle of the paint there. That's where the Bears are going to have to find some space, especially against this Wildcat zone defense that's not going to, not going to extend itself.
Kaiser misses a three. Hansen takes a stab at one herself. Summerville looking at a fast break, then pulls up on the reins. Sierra Bustamante leading the team currently. That heavy defense from Sonora not phasing away, going up and guarding all the way at the logo. Wild pass, slips out of no one, and stepping out of bounds is Bustamante. Seems like that corner is bad luck for Summerville. So many turnovers have happened there so far. But you have to hand it to Summerville. Without Atkins, it's very hard to play that game. And, well, right now, only a 3-point difference, and Sonora is known for coming out strong and just keeping their energy high on all levels in all different sports. So right now, Summerville, they're looking at this rivalry and saying, hey, we want to get a dub tonight.
Yeah, there's a turnover right there. We mentioned earlier the Bears are going to have to weather the early storm. I'd say they're doing a pretty good job of that, hanging in this ball game. And that's pretty much where the Bears want to be, within striking distance towards the end of this. I think they would take that in a heartbeat.
And Summerville, despite having a lot of turnovers early, you look at that play there, they had multiple players on the baseline. They launched it high enough over the Wildcats so that they couldn't grab it, but Summerville just has to be ready and be active to grab that ball, whether it's even jumping out of bounds just to try to save it and get an open shot.
And they're trying to find some areas. Again, the baseline high post areas are where it's looking like they're going to be able to find some space offensively, and the Wildcats just trying to get things going. Looking a little shaky right now, just not as sharp as you're used to seeing Sonora. It's a good take along the baseline.
This Gracie Bearden moving down, and Madeline Myers got called on the foul as Bearden couldn't quite hit that. Silva on the repeat.
Good out-of-bounds play. We've seen that opposite block be open a couple times for Sonora. Bears are going to have to talk that out defensively.
7 minutes into the first quarter, we saw Sonora call a timeout, and with some of the issues from Summerville, you would think that Coach Orth might want to talk to him a little bit, but maybe saving that later on till the end of the second quarter. Drive in, Bearden can't get the roll, and Summerville being a little more active on the boards, especially defensively, as Myers ties up with Kaylee Silva for the jump ball.
Great footwork there by Bearden in the high post area, everything but the finish on that one.
45 seconds to play in quarter number one. Summerville looking for an extra shot before the end. And the denial. Adeline Hansen sends it to downtown Sonora. And Summerville going back like it's street ball, saying, you got the block, let's give it to you. But Hansen
sniffed that out.
Coming from coast to coast, swiping with that right hand. Good defense. Bearden the last to touch. Summerville gets it once more.
Nice ducking by Myers out the inbound. She threw that pass in and got pretty good position down there on the post. Good play defensively by Bearden.
Myers to ignite the play. Gets it in for Kelsey Norton. Ten to shoot for Summerville. Ball goes out again, and it's Summerville basketball. No possession to Sonora, so that 10 seconds still remains on the shot clock. Needs to pay attention. We saw one shot clock violation early on, and it looks like it's going to be wiped away with that shot from Norton as Hansen go coast to coast and get stopped on the wing. Moving over, Silva just inside the arc. Deep two ball rattles its way out. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Summerville can toss up a Hail Mary. Bustamante gives it out to Norton. Need to look at that clock. 1 second to shoot, and tipped away by Kenzie Dolman. And that's the end of the first. Very low scoring. The Wildcats up by 5, 10-5 right here on NorCal Sports TV.
This broadcast has been brought to you by Left Coast Land Clearing, a licensed and insured tree and bush removal business. Contact us at 209-536-9174. SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 2 weeks returning for the summer of 2023. The Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms available hourly or daily in downtown Sonora. The Jump Manual, increase your vertical jump 10 inches in 12 weeks, guaranteed. Claim your free download of Chapter 1 at projumptraining.com/free. Benton Roberson CPAs, full-service accounting firm serving clients throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Justin Flores Productions, audio, video, and all your media needs. Check us out at floresprod.com. Body Cafe Handmade Soaps. Indulge yourself with luxurious and incredibly fragrant bars of handmade soaps. Check out our store at www.body.
Start of the second quarter, Sonora Wildcats 10, Summerville Bears 5. It's rivalry night in the Tri-County area as Amador and Argonaut playing against each other, Bret Hart and Calaveras. And right here at Bud Castle Gymnasium, it's Sonora versus Summerville. I'm Levi Flores, NorCal's voice of choice, and joining me today in Sonora is Mario Ramos. Mario, take us through what we saw in the first quarter.
Well, there's the Bears working the ball around, trying to stay within this one. But you got Adeline Hansen leading the charge. Here she is with the basketball. She's got 4 points in the first quarter and a killer block on the chase down block. Looked like a LeBron James on that one. Able to get the Wildcats going in the first quarter as they lead 10-5.
Bearden misses a three, and it hits the support system. It's Summerville basketball as we see Madden Seuss for the first time tonight.
Checking in now for the Wildcats.
Sonora with the full court press. Summerville has been able to break it. And the thing about high school girls basketball, there's no 10-second backcourt violation, so they can take all the time they want as long as they have those fundamentals. But here they throw it away. Hansen gives it over to Seuss, fresh into the game and fresh on the scoreboard. And there's the timeout called by Summerville, the first of the game. We're back in 30 seconds as Seuss makes it a 12-5 game.
Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Golden Regiment Band in Bud Castle Gymnasium today for Rivalry Night. The most awesome band in the universe as Summerville gives this ball away again. Turnover after turnover after turnover, and it's exactly why head coach of Summerville, Coach Orth, called the timeout to avoid those turnovers, and, well, right away, give it up.
Yeah, Coach K for the Wildcats dialing up the defensive pressure. As that one results in a turnover, here's a good shot by Seuss at the elbow and get it to go.
Kenzie Dolman gets the rebound for Sonora, then gives it out to Adeline Hansen. The deadly shooter knocks down the triple, and it's the largest lead of the game, 15-5. Sonora, Coach Kurlick showing off the skills as Seuss gets called on the foul and one.
Nice job by the Bears, and that's the kind of final pass, the missing piece for this press. They've been able to break it a few times. We've seen a couple turnovers on the last one, but this time able to make that final pass down on the block to Sanders, gets the and one.
Swiping at from behind, and, well, If she missed the shot, then it probably would have been a good foul, but making it and giving them an extra opportunity, not good at any level of play.
Alamia checks back in for the Wildcats. She's been active on the glass. As Sanders gets the free throw to go.
3-point play the old-fashioned way. After Sonora took their 10-point lead, 3 straight points to answer Hansen's 3. Seuss looks, drives right, kick out Hansen, another fake, and surprising, just a little pump fake, how much separation it could make. Hansen has been doing that all night and all season. A little pump fake gets him off, and you can dribble right through.
I'd like to see the Wildcats start driving them towards the baseline. You got that double post up in the elbow area as Hansen gets another steal.
Hansen, right hand, fouled, and 2 free throws for Adeline Hansen.
I was saying, they kind of seem like they're driving into a crowd when they drive towards the free throw line with those 2 high posts. Those baselines are open.
Shoot 2.
Hansen gets the bounce on number 1. And got number 2. Adeline Hansen 100% from the free throw line, and we got a travel on Summerville.
Another forced turnover by that pressure from the Wildcats as Beard comes back into the ballgame, replacing Seuss.
Consistently moving those post players, and Mia Alamia also one of those post players, as we see Bearden right back in. Very, very important.
Set that screen at the elbow area and then rolled back to the ball after she sealed the defender. Textbook post play there by Bearden.
Summerville moving, Hansen gets in front, intercepts it. Dolman mid-range, no good. And another, no, they're going to call this one a foul. Reaching, caught on the arm.
Hansen's all over the place in the second level of this press. She's getting steal after steal, being really active. Coach K not too pleased with that call. She stood up and was like, what?
And another timeout called, 19-8. Sonora up big in the first half. SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with 0 money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy. 19-8 in the second quarter. We've had a lot of jump balls, and Sonora tried stripping it away and got called on the reach, which could change the momentum of the game and how aggressive some of these players are, as Sonora takes another turnover away with Ella Kaiser, and then Hansen short on a 3-ball.
Another tie-up. This one's going to go over to the Bears.
Sonora not backing down defensively. That full court press, just still trying to get at him, and it works again. Though the shot short, second chance points for Mia Alamia. Digs through.
Mia just patting her stats down there. Again, a few offensive rebounds for Mia.
Oh, and a line violation on Summerville, the inbound. You can't cross that line when you're passing in. Good job by the officials, too. It's oftenly missed, especially for officials at this level, so making sure you see that. Unfortunate for the Bears, but good job by the officials, able to catch that.
Missed Alamia. She was open on the block.
Dolman swings it. And Summerville still in some trouble, just trying to control the ball and keep it within their rhythm. Finally get it past, and Summerville looking to score, of course.
Yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of the struggles they've had offensively. Like you mentioned, just trying to get in a good position as they were looking for Myers again at that elbow area.
Hanson to Kaiser, and Kaiser's got one from deep. Summerville breaking that press. This is when they've been the most active and available to shoot. Here's an open three. Looks good, but off the right side. Myers rebound, puts it right back up. Another miss. I believe this last touch by Sonora. It is Summerville basketball on the low block. And Coach Shelly Kurlick, she always says, watch that middle, and that's for every single play, not just for inbound passes. And that's why you're going to see Mia Alamia and Grace Bearden just deny everything in front of the basket.
I've yet to see a zone defense that's not susceptible to the ball in the middle. That's definitely where any zone defense can be attacked. And right now, Myers is trying to find it. The Bears need to get her some help in there. Seems like the Wildcats are starting to key in on her.
Too much muscle on the mid-range shot, and this ball going back and forth from possession to possession, and finally Sonora is able to keep it with Alamia. She gives it up to Kaiser, looking for a transitional basket. It's fought for three, just short. And another offensive rebound for Sonora as a Bear hits the deck. Bearden from the baseline got that 15-foot mid-range jumper.
Just the amount of shots that Sonora is being able to take, probably tripling up the Bears, just in terms of the number of field goal attempts that they've been able to take in this ball game. And the Wildcats are cashing in at this point.
I think Summerville's going to look back at this game and say, hey, we need to post out a little bit more. We need to get down, box out, and just avoid allowing all our opponents to get offensive rebounds, because that's what's killing them right now. If they had the same amount of opportunities, field goal attempts like you were talking about, this game could easily be within 3 points.
And with a team like we mentioned that struggles offensively, you just make your job a little bit harder once you're, like you mentioned, giving them so many more opportunities. As here the Wildcats will get another crack at it. I thought that one hit the shot clock, or the rim earlier on the three-point attempt.
And it looks like they're going to confer and talking about it. And
should have been a reset. I think they missed that one.
And actually, even with the shot clock going off, which usually stops the play because of that, the official, after the shot clock went off, called a foul. But like I said, usually because of that error, they stop the game and they allow them to pass it back in. But they're going to put the foul on Kyra Hopp, despite it being after that shot clock in which they should have stopped play.
Yeah, interesting chain of events.
Bad pass to Kaiser. Ball comes out, and the backcourt violation. Summerville did not touch it. Actually, it looks like the official said Summerville did touch it, but Hanson gained control before the half and then stepped over. Either way, it's going to be Bear basketball.
I'm not sure if they have a debate team here at Sonora, if Hanson's a part of that, but she's been debating with the officials on the last couple of calls.
Well, her dad's a teacher, so there's that for you. Summerville puts up a three, short on the three for Reese Richardson, and here's another foul on Madeline Myers. And that's a player that needs to be on the court with the bulk of the points, and I believe that's number 2 on her.
Number 14, Everman, checking in now for the Wildcats.
Now Savannah Everman, the senior guard for Sonora, comes into play in the final 3 minutes of the second quarter.
The Cats, who want to finish this quarter strong, extend this lead into halftime, really kind of make it tough for the Bears as they head in the locker room.
Here's Everman now on the left wing, forced to give it up. And before we get to that midway point, Mario, I'd like to ask you on what went wrong in the second quarter with Summerville, because it was only a 5-point difference heading in, as there's another deep ball for Adeline Hanson.
Well, Hanson's got going. That's one thing. She's got 7 in the quarter. There's another steal for her. And she's looking for some reinforcements. Nice pass. And another thing, Levi, just some unforced turnovers. Like you mentioned, we've seen Hanson with a few steals stepping in the passing lane, but we also seen Summerville step over the end line. We've seen them kind of, throw a couple passes errantly out of bounds. So those unforced turnovers, again, giving Sonora more opportunities, more cracks at the basket.
This leads us to 2 minutes left in the second quarter, and Hanson allows Kelsey Norton to go by, and with allowing that, Norton didn't know what to do because she expected defense. And sometimes we see that, and most of the times we don't. But Norton just caught without that defensive pressure. Couldn't allow a basket, but then they get it right back underneath. 27-10, and also what I'd like to talk about is what Summerville has to do besides those turnovers. There's certain elements that we know that they need to work on, but what's the deeper meaning and why Summerville can get a comeback in the second half?
Again, we've seen Madeline Myers. She's working down there in the block. We've seen her get a couple offensive rebounds to keep the play alive here on her offensive end. She just needs a little more help there in the interior. I'm not sure that shooting three-pointers necessarily is going to get the Bears back into the game. But I'll tell you one thing that will help will be blocking out and getting some rebounds on the defensive end.
Gracie Bearden just unstoppable off that low block. And for me, looking at the offense too, I like their ball movement. I like what they're doing with it. It's just not fast enough. Sonora is very well thought out, and they know what to do. Coach Shelley Kerlick, a longtime basketball coach, doing a great job in teaching their defense. And we know defense wins games. So Summerville just needs to move that ball a little bit faster in order to get that open shot.
Defense wins championships, and so that's where the Wildcats are looking to go with their defense. But here we've seen Sanders be pretty aggressive. That's Norton be pretty aggressive with her dribble a couple times. Hit a basket on the last trip. Now she's here at the free throw line. Again, the Bears need someone else to get going because you see the Wildcats zone defense really keying in on Madeline Myers in the elbow area.
And looking at Summerville's shots, not shot selection, but just the way their form is and how it looks going to the basket, they're really good shooters if they can get that open look. So get that open look and knock them down. Final minute of the second quarter, and Sonora scores again. Madden Seuss puts Sonora into the 30s decade.
Another offensive rebound for the Wildcats.
Norton steps into it, gives
nice
it
pass.
up over to number 12, Grace Sanders. And Hanson, another block.
Good recovery there by the Wildcats. Looked like the Bears had a good look on the baseline.
Half-second difference between shot and game clock. Sonora can hold out for the final shot if they'd like. And I say keep it with Adeline Hanson, the hot hand. Everman fakes. 10 to shoot. Hanson on the wing. Crowd counting down. Seuss picked up the dribble. Here's Hanson. Deep three. Just off the mark. And put back. It's good. Beats the buzzer. Gracie Bearden, the senior Wildcat, throwing it down just in time. Little help from the bank. Look at this again. Hanson had a good look at three, misses, and Bearden, good knowledge of the clock being that low, got it off well in time, and that sends the Wildcats to the half. 33-12. Mario, what's the thoughts?
Offensive rebound for the Wildcats has been the story of the half. That was kind of a microcosm there with Bearden getting that offensive rebound. And then a heads-up play by her because you saw the shot clock go off. But, again, heads-up play by her to notice that there was a difference in the shot and game clock, and she was able to get that one off and head to the locker room with a little momentum.
Looks like the Wildcats might pull away with the win here, but don't count Summerville out yet. If they make those adjustments, we may see a good game in that final few minutes. 33-12, Wildcats leading the Summerville Bears on rivalry night in Bud Castle Gymnasium.
This broadcast has been brought to you by Left Coast Land Clearing, a licensed and insured tree and bush removal business. Contact us at 209-536-9174. SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 2 weeks returning for the summer of 2023. The Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms available hourly or daily in downtown Sonora. The Jump Manual, increase your vertical jump 10 inches in 12 weeks, guaranteed. Claim your free download of Chapter 1 at projumptraining.com/free. Benton Roberson CPAs, full-service accounting firm serving clients throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Justin Flores Productions, audio, video, and all your media needs. Check us out at floresprod.com. Body Cafe Handmade Soaps. Indulge yourself with luxurious and incredibly fragrant bars of handmade soaps. Check out our store at www.bodycafe.shop. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Visit straightsports.com for more information.
Ab Locker. For anybody, anytime, anywhere. Strengthen your core and improve overall endurance. Feel better about yourself. Set your own standard and eliminate the worry of wondering what to do about the task of core strengthening. It doesn't matter who or how old you may be. The Ab Locker will meet you wherever you are physically to help you be more fit for life. Ab Locker Fitness. Get locked in. To learn more, go to ablockerfitness.com.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with zero money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy.
That's a tough miss right there. It's always good to get off to a good start.
Adriana, you are the love of my life. Will you make me the happiest man on earth? Will you marry me?
Yes, Dave. Only if we can have Justin Flores Productions DJ our wedding.
Justin Flores Productions?
Justin Flores Productions. They have years of experience in radio and music, and their personalities make for the best experience.
Do they offer any other services?
Of course. Their slogan is audio, video, and all your media needs.
Okay.
Justin Flores Productions. Audio, video, and all your media needs. You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Rivalry night in Sonora. It's Wildcats 33, Summerville 12. And Mario, well, you pointed out something in the stands that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, even the referees got fans in the stands tonight. That guy busting out his referee jersey. It's not one, but there's two officials in the house. And to the left, there he is right there. Look at that. Crowd starting to fill in here at Bud Castle Arena, Golden Regiment. This is a nice environment. No better place to be on a Friday night in Sonora than here at Bud Castle Gymnasium.
And here coming across the court is the Summerville boys varsity led by sophomore Rye Atkins, standing at 6'6", been on the varsity team. This is his second year now, averaging about 20 points per game, and I'm excited to see him coming up next. Get his daily dose of iron, which well represented in Tuolumne County, of course. But then you see Roger Alderman, 6'5", Utah commit for football, one of the top, I think, preseason or way too early season rankings. They're at number 9. So Utah getting a good man from Sonora.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, had an opportunity to cover the Sonora Wildcat football team this season. Alderman was a beast out there on the field. He's a beast out here on the hardwood as well. Getting a chance to talk to Union Democrat reporter Dominic Massimino during the break. We're fired up about that one coming up after this girls matchup. Sonora and Summerville, a lot of people in this area fired up about that one. And like you mentioned, Atkins able to fill it up. If he could get going, Massimino thinks the Bears could make a pretty good game out of this one.
Not just him, but me as well. Sonora also without their two leading scorers, Ryan McDaniel and Reese Hampton. So without those two players, well, they put up a good fight against Calaveras, but Summerville, rivalry night. It's big in Tuolumne. And Dominic Massimino, don't forget to read his stories. Union Democrat, probably coming out later tonight or maybe even tomorrow. UnionDemocrat.com, or get and subscribe to the newspaper. It comes to your door daily.
Yeah, check him out on Twitter, too. He's a great follower.
That's right. That's right. 33-12, start of the second half. Sonora looking to stay strong, and Summerville looking for that comeback. Take us through once again what Summerville needs to do for a possible victory or comeback.
I need to try to slow down Hanson, who missed a good look on that one. She had 9 first-half points. And Gracie Bearden, 11 first-half points and missed a bucket. And Bearden, she's also in double figures and been controlling the glass, along with Mia Alamia, who probably in double figures on rebounding as well. Oh.
And Hanson drives in here, misses, put back no good for Alamia, but there's just another rebound for his stat book. And along with Hanson, not just those 11 points, but Gracie Bearden with 10. Those are the two leading scorers. Everyone else is kind of on the lower end, but they are moving that ball and allowing everyone to get those buckets in. And here's Bearden again with a nice dribble step inside. And Alamia, another rebound.
Man, she just gets good position for the shot, anticipating. Here she is again, just slipping in behind that Summerville Bear defense.
Fought rebound, handoff to Bearden. Misses the 15-footer, but a chase down rebound for Sahara Farkas. Hanson bumps into the body, and this is a defensive foul for Sierra Bustamante.
Hanson with the step. Bustamante not able to cut her off in time. Going to be a foul on the floor.
Good call by the official. I thought Bustamante was there plenty well before Hanson, but didn't quite do so. Mia Alamia adds to her rebounds and then puts some points up there as well.
Getting that back screen to the elbow area. One of the bigs to cut to the opposite block. It's been open time and time again for Sonora.
Switching the court, remember, Sonora now going from left to right, Summerville from right to left. Bustamante with 7 to shoot. Still looking for an open shot. Drives in, denied by Alamia. And Sonora just get an easy turnover.
You see on that possession, there's 10 players inside the three-point line. Really no spacing for some of these Summerville Bear drives. With their lack of three-point shooting, again, the Wildcats, no need to extend out that far defensively.
There was only one three-pointer made in the first half, and that was Adeline Hansen, who looks at another one. Looks good. Pogo's out with a rebound to Kelsey Norton, and then Alamia strips it away. Ball comes loose. Hansen still fighting for it. Rolling out. Baseline kicks it off the leg of number 12, Grace Sanders, and it's still Sonora basketball.
And watch the opposite block. Ooh, this time.
Bearden just lost that one with the Butterfingers. Oh, and Hansen bulldozes into the back of Maddie Weigold.
For a second, I was wondering if Sonora had a hockey team. I got the floor check right there.
Roller derby hockey team, just all placed into one. Officials making sure Weigold's okay, and definitely no ill intentions from Adeline Hansen, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. 35-12 is where we stand as Summerville still looking for some points in the second half.
Never reset, even though the Bears got that one off in time. Still hasn't reset, even after that one.
Looks like they're going to keep this ball, and there is the reset now. Myers gets it in, and Myers with the shot. Blocked again by Gracie Bearden, and that ball not wanting to leave the paint as we have a foul on Gracie Bearden. I think that's her first foul in the game.
Just a hustle play, trying to go for the loose ball on the ground. Got a bit of the leg.
Bearden, the steal wrapped around, but then it hits the baseline. So are always the worst. You get the steal, you wrap around them, but then you just step out of bounds and the ball hits the paint, and you're like, man, that's unfortunate. Summerville getting this ball a lot offensively. Just have to set that play up and get an open look. Here's Bustamante. Stolen by Hansen. Another open look, beating out everyone on the court. 2 steps inside, it's short, and Hansen furious on the miss and then goes reverse with the right-hand lay. Adeline Hansen frustrated at herself and then took the anger out on the basket and just put it right back up in.
Just trying to increase her degree of difficulty. Sweet reverse layup there by Hansen after the steal. She comes again, running the break.
Taylor Fott on her right side, gets it to her. Deep 2 ball, looks good and goes over and back. Last touch by Farkas. Summerville basketball, and here's the look of Hansen. Initial miss, poked it out, got it right back and avoids the contact of Myers. The nice scoop and the hit off the backboard. Summerville 4 minutes without a basket in the second half. Like they have a good chance with Grace Sanders, but misses both. Hansen calls it out. Taylor Fott nearly taken away by Weigold, and Fott puts up the 3. Misses, rebound Sonora. Farkas forced to give it out. 4 seconds with heavy pressure, nearly getting the 5-second call. Fott, 3 ball, looks good, no.
Another offensive rebound by Bearden. Now the Bears able to clear the board.
Bustamante gets the rebound and goes coast to coast with the left hand. First points for Summerville in the third quarter.
Great job by Bustamante keeping her foot on the gas pedal.
Hansen nearly stepped into a 3, then makes her move on Kelsey Norton. Hansen, 3, good! Adeline Hansen, another triple knocked down. 26-point lead for Sonora, and you have to thank Adeline Hansen with the bulk of it.
It's definitely been the straw that stirred this one here for the Wildcats, gotten things going for Sonora. Not just on the offensive end, but defensively as well. We mentioned earlier in that second level of the press, really was able to come up with some steals and turn the tide for the Wildcats in that second quarter. First quarter, like you mentioned, was close. Bears were in striking distance, but Sonora's turned on the heat and really has not looked back.
Shelly Kurlick calls a timeout as they're up by 26, 40-14. Sonora up big.
All the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that
The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp returning for the summer of this year, 2023. 2 weeks, one in June, one in July. You do not want to miss out. 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. You can register today at norcalsportstv.com/camp. That's norcalsportstv.com/camp. Register all the details right there. And Mario, you've been there. I've been there. I mean, talk about your experience.
Oh, it's a great experience, and more than that, it's a great experience for the campers. A beautiful setting and wall-to-wall basketball action. They get to use these broadcasts to kind of fine-tune their game. Great coaches out there. And we're going to see a few campers hit the court later on here tonight, which should be fun.
Fott goes coast to coast, takes the 2 steps and put it in with the right hand. And speaking of the coaches that are usually there, you have NBA level coaches, you have college level coaches, high school level coaches all around, and all the best as well. Of course, Coach Berg from Oakdale, Coach Langeway sometimes up there, Coach Hoyt from Columbia, and you can't forget about those NBA coaches who are always the favorite among campers, and how could they not be?
Definitely. It's just a wonderful opportunity to put these campers through different drills and just give them different ideas that not only are they working on there, but they could take home and continue to fine-tune their game.
It's norcalsportstv.com/camp. Register today. Here's Silva, puts the move on him and uses the backboard. Classic textbook Kaylee Silva creating the space, getting the open look, and Sonora adds another deuce.
Great footwork there in the post. Nice job by Silva. I see you, girl.
Low arc on that shot from the baseline for Sanders. And now we've reached the final minute of quarter number 3. Taylor Fott with heavy defense from Reese Richardson. Can't escape.
We see Hanson out of the ball game, but she hasn't checked out mentally. She's out there on the bench coaching them up.
And 3 in the key is called for Sonora. And you mentioned Hanson. She's standing up, mouth wide open. It's
kind of like the referee was counting a little too fast on that one.
Kind of like me last night for some of the games.
Number 14, Everman, in for the Wildcats.
Everman comes back in for Sonora. Madden Seuss, Kaylee Silva, Everman, Kaiser, and Dolman, the 5 for Sonora. And here's the steal for Everman, leaving her Fresh Prince in the game. Dolman driving around, shot clock turned off, 15 to play in quarter 3. Sonora most likely hold for that final shot. Remember, Bearden made it, beat the buzzer at the end of 2, and they can do it again here at the end of 3. Everman with 3 to shoot. It's Kaiser. Kaiser pulls up, and it is short. And that's the way we end quarter number 3 with Sonora in a 30-point lead. It's 44-14 on rivalry night in Sonora.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with zero money down and 0% interest. Own your solar
for Summerville. 44-14, Sonora leading this one big in the crosstown rivalry of Sonora versus Summerville. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and Mario Ramos alongside me. Hopefully he could be here for a few more games in the future. Always bringing the good color to the game, but Sonora right now absolutely dominating, even without Adeline Hansen, who went to the bench in that third quarter because Coach Kurlick said she's done enough. And there's Everman, came in late in the third quarter, starting the fourth, and not stopping.
Everman with a nice back cut, but Silva with the dime from the high post elbow area, looking like old school Vlade Divac for you Kings fans out there. Kings starting to play good. I've been lighting that beam consistently.
So Summerville throws this one out. It was Faith Burciaga, the junior.
But you mentioned Hansen out of the ballgame right now, so the Wildcats trying to orchestrate things a little differently. Here's Dolman bringing the ball up. And we'll see if, again, they utilize that post area. There's a ball screen up top. See where the offense comes from.
Everman, 3-ball. Misses. Burciaga gets the rebound. She'll get credit, but Madden Seuss comes flying in, and there's the technical on Burciaga. Yeah, and Burciaga has some words for the official saying she didn't touch her.
Oh, no,
and, of course, we have the official in the way, but they were both initially going for the ball. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Seuss came flying in, trying to get the offensive rebound and got the tie-up. And, again, really aggressive you see coming in here. But, again, a clean play. And then at the end, Burciaga just kind of a little arms were flailing in there and might have caught Seuss a little bit. And the official, like you mentioned, had a pretty good view of that one. So technical foul goes against the Bears. And Seuss can't get the first free throw, but she'll get one more.
I got to give Seuss, the wiggle fingers, the lucky fingers, as they call them, in sports. Seuss, I talk about it all the time. Mike Seuss, her dad, I tell him she needs to work on free throws. And I know I'm probably jinxing it, but even with the jinx, she needs to work on it. And Coach Kurlick knows it too. She always gets there, but somehow can never connect on those. And her dad's laughing over there probably, but needs to work a little bit better on that. And we all do, right?
We all do, right? Until we're all shooting 100%.
46-14, only a minute into the fourth quarter as Summerville gets this ball.
Defensive play out there on the wing by Richardson, able to force the deflection, come up with the steal. Or the turnover, I should say. Interesting, Burciaga's out on the court. I thought after a technical foul, that player had to be seated at the bench momentarily. I could be wrong.
Burciaga cuts through, denied by Seuss, and Burciaga gets free throws.
Yeah, if our guy Chris Babcock was here, we might have called that one a Wilson burger.
Wilson
Looked like
burger.
a lot of leather on that one.
If you're not familiar with the term, I don't usually say it, but Wilson burger, you're basically making them eat the ball, putting it back in their face. So a nice helping serving of Wilson burger.
Yeah, it actually originated, Chris Babcock was saying, from the late, great Bill Russell.
Yep.
From him blocking a bunch of shots. So shout out to Bill Russell. Me being a Celtics fan, I know all about the great Bill Russell and his impact on the game of basketball and on society in general.
Sonora gives this up with a tip of the hand of Kira Hop. Dolman jumps in front of Burciaga and forces another turnover.
Still got people filing in here to Bud Castle Gymnasium. It's really starting to fill up. Student sections are well prepared. Summerville fans are well represented. Again, stick around. We have the boys matchup next. It's going to be a fun one and an important game in the Motherlode League. Right now, I mean, you're familiar with the Motherlode League, and right now you look at the standings, both the boys and the girls side, and sitting at top of the Calaveras Redhawks. Anyone going to catch them? Anyone going to make some noise and try to disrupt the Redhawks, who ended up winning the league last year in both boys and girls?
Now, I believe, just from what I've seen, that there could be some noise for both Sonora and Summerville taking a shot at Calaveras. But the issue is that I think that Sonora and Summerville are going to beat each other and ruin each other's chances to catch up to Calaveras, and I think that's what's going to happen. But you really never know with Sonora doing so well against Calaveras in Calaveras last week. Well, you would expect them to win here at home, but like I said, Summerville can disrupt the scene for Sonora here, and Sonora can do the same for Summerville. So it's all going to come out to if Calaveras loses to teams not here. So that would be Argonaut and Amador.
From what we've seen thus far, again, it's going to be tough to knock off for some of those teams you mentioned to make some noise against the Red Hawks, who led by the Clifton brothers and Elijah Malamed.
Malamed, man, the three ball for that guy.
He's unconscious. That guy comes off the bus looking to shoot. So you got to know where he's at all times. He's definitely a threat on the perimeter.
And you mentioned the Clifton brothers against when Sonora played Calaveras, Jay Clifton had 18 points and Ryan Clifton had 10. And Ryan Clifton, only a freshman. So that just tells you what Calaveras is putting into motion for the next 4 years, and it's scary. Yeah,
Clifton for Coach Clifton there from the Red Hawks. He's been Mr. Dependable, Mr. Reliable there for a few years now. And then little brother kind of started, the season off. You mentioned as a freshman. He looked like a freshman at times.
Definitely.
And he also showed some potential there at times and showed the flashes and why he's playing varsity basketball as a freshman. And he's starting to come into his own. He's starting to make his mark. And some of those freshman stretches, if you will, are, few and far in between now. And he's really starting to play consistent basketball.
And we see sometimes seniors play like freshmen, so it's not a cut at all.
No.
Ryan Clifton, he's going to make a scary scene just like Jay has the past few years. Dolman gets in from 10 feet, misses that jumper. Madden Seuss right back at it. A swipe from behind, not called, but Seuss adds to her total. And Summerville in the second half so far only has 2 points, and that came late in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for the Bears. Again, 50 points coming into this game in 4 league matchups. Actually had a 7-point outing. It's just been difficult, like you mentioned, without all the pieces for the Bears to kind of develop that consistency on the offensive end.
Their 4 wins came very early on in the season. Playing in Mariposa, they won against Mariposa County 43-29 in their second game of the season. Third game of the season, still Mariposa County 45-38.
Shot clock didn't reset initially, but good job by the Bears to keep the play alive here. The Wildcats coming down on the break.
Along with those 2 wins, Vanguard College Prep, the biggest margin of victory for Summerville this season, 46-5. That was a great win for Summerville early on, and then their final win against Denair back on December 22nd, 41-21, but have been on this 5-game losing streak since, and the bulk of those in league. Dolman guarded by Burciaga. That's a good stop, and, well, the Bears get away with this one. It is Bustamante taking a stab at a fast break transition basket. She is fouled, and more free throws coming Summerville's way.
Number 11, Bustamante going to the line.
The fun thing about Sonora is that when they play at home, they have a very large student section. And then, of course, you have the most awesome band in the universe, the Golden Regiment Band, which means that at least half of the stadium is just from the student section and the band, not including parents. Yeah. And no matter what calls the official makes, whether a Summerville or opponent runs down the court taking 20 steps without dribbling the ball, they're just going to let the officials know it. So it's just something about Sonora that they like to, tell the officials whether it's right or wrong. They just like to yell at them.
A little home cooking from the Wildcat faithful. I believe it's similar out there on the football field from what we've seen. You mentioned the Golden Regiment. They sound just as good inside as they do outside. So
I think they added a few decibels, though. I think they did that on purpose.
I think the roof helps with the decibel count for sure. Able to kind of amp that up. But yeah, now this crowd, they've been rearing ready to go here in the girls game. Really dialed into this one, so I know they'll be ready to go once the boys games get started here in a little bit.
Bustamante, coast to coast. She's got it with the left hand.
Bustamante, we've seen her a couple runouts, and that's what Summerville's going to need to look to do going forward. Again, a team that struggles offensively. You want to try to get as many easy looks as you can, turning defense into offense. If you get some rebounds, get some runouts.
Madden Seuss takes advantage of the post play. Sonora passing up the half-century mark, 50 points.
There it is right there. See, once you get in the high post, you need something along the baseline. That kind of short corner area, baseline runner. It's a good look there by the Bears. Good piece of offensive execution. Just going to get the shot to drop at the end.
Current score 50-17. Wildcats leading the Bears at Bud Castle Gymnasium. NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, the one and only Mario Ramos by my side. Looking at the Mother League standings after this game, Sonora will go to 3-2 overall in league play. Summerville will drop to 0-5, and depending on how the other rivalry games go tonight between Calaveras and Bret Harte, which are currently the top two teams in the Motherlode League, that'll be interesting to see if Calaveras maybe takes their first loss or if Bret Harte will drop down in that ranking and Sonora will tie up with them at the number 2 spot. And then you have Argonaut and Amador also facing off tonight. Mario, final minute. Take us through the entirety of the game. Summerville, they had a shot at it in the beginning until Sonora's offense started moving.
Yeah, the inside-outside combo of Adeline Hansen and Gracie Bearden were just too much for the Bears to handle. Hansen in particular turning defense into offense and able to knock down a couple 3 balls in the process. Really stretched this lead out for the Wildcats after the Bears were kind of hanging around this one first quarter, 10-5. Actually had 8-5 for a little while, so we're in striking distance at the start. But the Wildcats, again, just too much pressure defensively, too much pressure on the offensive glass for the Bears to be able to handle. And the Wildcats pulling away with a nice victory that gets them over 500 in Motherlode League play.
They will have a chance to play against each other again coming up in early February. I believe it's February 3rd, and it is February 3rd at Summerville High School. Summerville will get to host them this time. As Sonora adds on to their victory, I think I'm going to call it with 19 seconds. Sonora gets a victory here, 50-17, maybe a few extra points. But Sonora on their home court moves on to 6-1, but their full record breakdown will be 12-8. And Shelly Kurlick, the coach of Sonora, all these different coaches have their different strategies, but she's a coach that wants to point out the obvious no matter what happens in the game. As the reverse for Everman misses there. But Coach Kurlick, she wants them to play strong all the way to the end. There's no reason to not pay attention to what you're doing just because you're up by so big. And I think that's why Coach Kurlick's team always do really well. But Sonora Wildcats get a victory. Mario, last words for us?
Great job by the Wildcats using this home crowd and the Golden Regiment. Able to come out with the big-time victory in Motherlode League play. Good job, Wildcats.
Sonora Wildcats 50, Summerville Bears 17. That's the final for the varsity girls tonight from Bud Castle Gymnasium. He's Mario Ramos. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores. For our producer, Jeremy Hurtado, cameraman Taylor Rector, and Cole Parkin. We'll see in just a few minutes as the Summerville boys varsity looks to take down the crosstown rival, the Sonora Wildcats, for the first time since 2015. We'll see you there.